Good morning, VTubers. Well, this morning, as I film this in Ireland, Sinead O'Connor is being laid to rest. Bless her heart. And I thought I would just upload a small segment of this interview, which you can find on YouTube, which in my mind is between two of the fiercest minds of my generation. Yeah, female minds of my generation. One is Ruby Wax, whose parents were survivors of the Jewish concentration camps. So that in and of itself brought her a myriad of problems as a child that she had to sort of work through as an adult. It also transpired that on her mother's side of the family was a congenital mental illness anyway, which was severely impacted by having to survive the concentration camps and everything that came with that. Also losing her parents, losing all their relations, finding each other after the war and making a baby, i.e. Ruby, when they were both damaged beyond any, humanity. And then Sinead O'Connor, talented lady, fantastic mind, who herself spent her adult life trying to work through the post-traumatic stress disorder of severe child abuse, along with having a very sensitive and keen intellect. So I'm going to put it on here for what it's worth. So I hope you enjoy.
About this idea of that there should be, I think, some movement to stop the use of the word crazy or associated words as terms of abuse. I think it's a really terrible thing in this world that actually crazy is a term of abuse.
Well, it's better than being called a witch, like I was saying.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you see, what I don't like is
if you do come across any interviews with Ruby Wax, always leave yourself open to at least giving her a go, because she's a fantastic lady, a really clever lady. And obviously, we all know about Sinead O'Connor, don't we? It does surprise me actually, because, well, it doesn't surprise me. It's the wrong word to use, girl. Stupid mare. The fact that her mum, because everybody in post-war Britain wanted boys, girls weren't wanted. We've been here before with this one. Her mum particularly wanted a boy, so dressed her as a boy as a child. And she actually embraced that and used that uh, for herself, because she was kind of androgynous, wasn't she? Until towards the end of her life, did she revert to Islamism or something, and then she reverted back to. But she's always kept that crew. Is it skinhead haircut you call it? Was it crew cut that her mum used to give her because she wanted a boy, so she dressed her as a boy. It's amazing because some people it happened to, and I know a few, fair few, actually went the other way and were overly female, if you know what I mean. But with Sinead, she embraced it and stayed with it. But she's one of the most feminine ladies I've ever sort of seen in my life or heard.
well, I'll try and keep it very brief. I was misdiagnosed, and there's an awful lot of issues about to come out of the issue of misdiagnosis of mental illness. The DE5 diagnostic book is about to come out, which is about to cause a whole lot of trouble, because it's making very clear that the previous D books have been quite mistaken in how they've gone about making.
Okay, let me just say, those are the books where a doctor looks it up and says you have depression, you have ADHD.
Yeah.
So those are the books that are called the
D series.
Yeah.
This interview was done. I think it was sort of more than a decade ago. Probably mid to late 90s. So definitely more than a decade ago. And since then, Ruby Wax has actually gone on to, I think she's got a doctorate in neuropsychology or neurophysics. In other words, the study of the brain and how the brain works. And she was even interested in it there because she battled what she was told was manic depression. Then it was bipolar all her life, and then she got her ancestry done. I think it might have been for that program, Who Do You Think You Are? And with that, because she had no idea, because she had no relations, because her parents both survived the concentration camps, so in and of themselves had no relations. So she had no idea what was in her background, and it was through that program she found out that actually her pre-Second World War East European relations, there was a significant streak of mental ill health in them, or what was considered to be mental ill health. Whether we'd call it bipolar, what schizophrenia, whatever we'd call it, it was there. And of course, that was impacted severely by then being put in concentration camps and, gassed and whatever. So she is a very learned and very interesting lady to listen to. I've got a lot of time for her. And then, of course, we got dear old Sinead here. But if you can find it on YouTube, go and find it, VTubers, because it is, especially if you're interested in that sort of area. Yeah, I get her completely what Sinead's saying. I really get her. I just wish she'd found some sort of happiness on this mortal core before she passed. Bless her little heart. And we'll never forget her, will we? Hey, we're lucky to have lived in the time that Sinead was on this planet, and also when dear old Ruby was with us. Bless her. So have a great day, guys. Bye.